Hi everyone. So thanks for joining Innovation Tech Community. So today we can discuss about the Microsoft Purview, that is Microsoft governance, governance. I mean that can be a rule everything in the Azure. So that is the governance portal that we have seen in the Microsoft Azure. So let's move on. I will share the screen and I will explain that, and then we can see the some little bit demo of this Microsoft Purview. Okay. So before that, I hope this can be visible to you. Yeah, Microsoft Purview. So enable effortless data discovery. Yes, of course. So it can enable lots of, data discovery means we can discover the lots of data where that we have able to do something, do in the Microsoft Azure. So let's move on to the session like what is Azure Purview and how it can be useful in the daily life. So when we have able to use in the different situations about the Microsoft Azure. Okay, so I'm using this slide sheet to present the PPTs. So the first slide is maximize business value of data. So that means that we have to maximize so that is the minimum level to the maximum level. We have to enable the data, business of data, right? Means we don't know how much of the data we have. So we have to enable the data. From the beginning level to the higher level. So that is the maximum business value of the data. Connect the business and the technical data analysis and data scientists and then use it to trusted data catalog. So we have the lots of technical experts in the data, data analysis and a data scientist and a data engineers that can be trusted to the data catalog. So we have to create the data catalogs in the, so mainly that one thing we have to observe in the Microsoft Purview is, so we have to create the data catalog in the Azure. So that is the main thing that we are able to do, use the Microsoft Azure, and enables users quickly find the data and views lineage and sensitivity. As of course that we have to enable the data and lineage and sensitivity. So some of the data catalogs will be very sensitive to use, that we will be able to use in the maximize the business value of data and deliver a curated and consistent glossary of business terms and definitions. Yes, of course. So we have to deliver the whatever the process that we are able to do something new in the Microsoft Purview, that we are able to do, that makes me the maximize the business the value of data, right? So that is the one type of delivered curated consistency of glossary of business terms and conditions. And one more thing is the establish the foundation for the effective data governance. Yes, of course. So the foundation we need to establish the data for the data governance. One thing we have to remind me in your mind, that is the Microsoft for Purview means the data governance that can be rules the data. Whatever the systems data go engineers, data scientists, data analysts, that everything that we are able to do and makes one data catalog by using this foundation. And yes, coming to the points, automated discovery data on premises or multi-cloud and SaaS, of course. So we have to use the data governance in the on premises, on premises means we have to use that Microsoft Purview in our uh, physical places, on premises means physical data. I don't know exactly how can we say that the data available in our office, that is called on premises, I want to say. And multi-cloud and SaaS cloud. Multi-cloud, so multi-cloud means that AWS, Azure, GCP, Alibaba.com. These all are the multi-clouds that we are able to use in the nowadays. And also recently HP launches the HP cloud also, and the SaaS sources. Yes, of course. So SaaS sources means software as a solution. That is also one type of data governance. And clarify data and scale to Spotify sensitivity, compliance, industry, business, and company's source of specific value. Yes, of course, it is one value. No, where data come from and what was the delivered from the data lineage. Yes, it is one. So where we have to know the source of the data. So where the source is, data is comes from. So we have to know from the data is comes from this source. The data is comes from this source. We have to know from that, and then we have to move forward data. That is the one type of foundation for the effective data governance. And one more thing is gain insights into data use across the estate. As understand the glance how to be created and user across the data estate. As of course, and so we have to gain insights. So we have to know the what is the insight of the data users across the estate. Like we have to use the data in the different formats and different different ways. We have to use the data in the different formats. So we have to know that insight. Why they are using this type of data, and so we have to know from that, and usually assess the date. State of data assets and scans business glossary and sensitive data. So we have to use the data. We have to analyze that data, and we have to use the data way. How in the different ways like data sets, scans, business glossary, and sensitive data. We have to use in the proper way. We have to use in the maintained in a some sort of data like that. Data preview. Yeah. So unified data governance means so we have the few main things that is data map, data catalog, and data insights. So these all are the main sources of the data Azure Purview. Data map means to automate and manage the metadata at scale. Yes, of course, it is the main thing that we are able to use in the Azure Purview. Data catalog enable effortless discovery for the data consumers. Yes, of course, we have to use the data in the effortless to the consumers. So we have lots of customers, so we have lots of users, we have lots of subscribers. So you need to use the data within that effortless discovery. Discovery means we have to make a innovation. So that is the main thing. So we need to create the catalogs in the different formats. So for example, so users, and for example for subscribers, whatever it may be. So you need to use for the data catalog in the effortless discovery base. And data insights, data insights means access the data uses across your organization. Yes, of course, we need to use the data in the different formats and data insights. And data insights in the different ways. So previously we saw that data insights we have to know from the on-premises and everything. Like on-premises means your office data. Like we need to assume that it is on office data and data map. And multi-cloud means we have the different clouds that we are see in this uh, on-premises like GCP, AWS, and yeah, Azure and Alibaba like that. And SaaS means software solutions, everything that we related to SaaS only. And wait for the 3 seconds. Next slide. Yeah. Azure Preview Unified Data Governance and Architecture. Yeah. Yeah, 1 second. Yeah. Azure Preview. Yes, we need to use the unified experience, and we have search and data catalog and business glossary, lineage and data insights, and unified platform. And on-premises multi-cloud is there, and operational and analytical and SaaS. So on-premises and multi-cloud means so this is the different type of data that will be available in the physical data. And one type of the data is the operational, analytical, and SaaS. So operational analytical means we have to be make say like the recently we saw that analytical means like it is like we have to analyze the data like up and downs. It's like Power BI. We can say that Power BI analytical means Power BI. Simply we can how can say that analytics. We have to whatever the data we have to observe that there is one type on. So we have to like how can I say that 1 second. So assume that one class of data. So boys and girls in the different marks, we have to analyze the data. Like so, some boys getting the more marks in some subjects, some girls getting more marks in some subjects. Like that, we have to analyze that. That is the analytics. So that we have to able to see. We have to do the visualizations that are able to do in the Power BI or Tableau, whatever the visualizations that we can do. And the SaaS, everybody knows that as SaaS platform. And yeah, data insights means Power BI, SQL Server on-premises, Azure Synapse Analytics, and Azure Data Services, and Microsoft Compliance Center. Yes, and one API. Like one API. Open API means application protocol interfaces like Python, C Sharp, C, and Java. I mean, the different type of APIs that we are able to see in this unified data governance as a architecture. So that is the basic architecture of Azure Purview. We have to data maps and data catalog and data insights that we are able to see in the Azure Purview. I mean, sources of Microsoft Azure Purview platform: automation, automated scanning, classification, OpenAS, and popular data map. And so this is the, I mean, they are creating the data catalogs in the Azure Purview. So we are able to do, I mean, one demo about this sources. So the map of your data to manage the enrich the map of operational and transactional data, no matters where it lives. Yes, of course, benefits like is a multicloud and SaaS and Discord data. We are already discussed about this. ADLS, Cosmos DB, ADLS, and Synapse Analytics. These all are comes from the analytics and manage metadata and scale understanding data automated. And so this is one type of lineage and Apache Atlas open APIs. So it is another type of leverage Apache and data system. So this is one type of sources. And one second. Purview Data Catalog. So this is the main thing that we are able to, I mean, see. I mean, we have to observe in the Microsoft Azure, that is the Purview Catalog. Browse and search. That is the effortless discovery of trusted and accurate data. Yes. So that is the main agenda of the Microsoft Purview Catalog. That is effortless discovery of trusted and accurate data. Yeah, we have to wait for 3 seconds. Yeah, browse and search and result for the relevant. So let's see, we have the different type of data, that is sales revenue, revenue collection, reward customers, web marketing, and revenue. These all are the some type of revenues. So what we need, I mean, search and result, return the relevant results and without complex queries applying advanced filter. This is one type of benefit. And semantic search by understanding the context of every single word in a search of query intent, yes, of the user. This is a one type of query. So you know, it is also allows to the one type of benefits like supports for the spell check, keyword suggestions, the query expansion, and the content expansion, and the glossary classification. And these are all the one type of benefits that we are able to say in the Azure Purview. And these are also, we already saw that there's a revenue options. So we have to filter it. So filtering, we everyone know about the filtering. So whenever we are using that different type of I mean, e-card businesses like Flipkart, Amazon, or Shopify, whatever it may be. So we have to search it like filters. We can make it from the low to high and high to low, and below 100, 500. Like that, we have to filter that. Same thing that we are able to see in this Microsoft Azure Purview. So same thing that we are able to observe in browse and search in Azure Purview. And asset overview. Let's see. So for example, we have to tap on the overview. We have some different type of classifications that we're able to see. So the first thing is semantic metadata. So we have the different type of metadata that we are able to observe in this data, metadata. So we have the different type of data and operational metadata. So what the data is, how the operational metadata will be comes from, and how that will be able to utilize in the proper way, like asset in the semantic business information and the glossary terms and business metadata. So we have to observe that, we have to enable the data in the different format and discover. And so overuse, schema, use, content, and so these are semantic data. So there is the schema. So what is the schema that we are able to see? And wait for the 3 seconds. Asset lineage. Trace lineage of data sets across the data estate. Lineage means so we can observe that is on the path, like it is like creating pipelines like that. We have to see. Ensure that the data provides visual representation of owners and sources, transformation, and lifestyle. Leverage the support of Apache Atlas. and open source lineage and built-in integrated with such as Azure Data Factory, Azure Data Share, and Power BI. Yes, of course, we have, in the previous sessions, we are observed that some type of leverages that's Apache Atlas like Microsoft Power BI, Data Factory, Azure data share, and everything that will be interlinked with asset lineage, and analyze the impact of change of data, understand the dependencies visually. Yes, of course. And one thing is root cause analysis of failures by inspecting in dependencies upstream and determine the downstream impacts. Yes, there is one type of lineage, asset lineage. And so we have already discussed about the overview, schema, lineage, and now it will be context. We need to how what are the so we need to share the whatever the data we have to create it in the Azure Purview. We need to share with our on-premises members or on-site members, so whatever it may be. We need to share the data into the some other whatever the context that we are able to see in this Azure Purview. And business glossary, how the Purview catalog will be able to see in the business Purview catalog business glossary. So we have the different type of bulk. Let's see. Understand the business content associated with the data and organization. Yes, of course, we need to understand the whatever the data that we are able to see in the on-premises data. And the bulk import glossary terms and from the existing data dictionaries easily. Yes, we need to import the glossary terms from the existing data dictionaries easily. Yes, of course. And flexible business terms definitions with the customer attributes per the business domain. Yes, of course, we need to use for the business domain. And one more thing is browse and search your data estate from a business lens. Yes, of course, we have to use for in this way also. These all are the some other business glossary benefits. Wait for 3 seconds. Uh-huh. And business glossary. One more thing is that understand business context associated with the data and organize. Yes, we need to, whenever we have to use the Microsoft Purview, we need to tap on the catalog assets. So we need to understand the business content associated with the data in the organization. So like data in the organization means on-premises data. That is one type of, that is glossary data on Purview insights and data insights. Bird's eye view of your data estate. So I don't know, bird's eye view of your data landscape. So we can observe that recently, I think 3 months or 4 months back, I have attended one event in the Microsoft Chennai. I saw that, one of the person that is Vivek Radha, he presented that symbol of Microsoft Azure Purview is like a big boss symbol. You can observe that that is like one eye symbol. So that is like so how the eye is like that, the same symbol of the purview will be like that only. That is so that's why it is called as the big boss. Yeah, big boss event. So the same eye of the big boss and same symbol of the purview will be same. So that's why we can. He called me like it is the big boss for all the services in the Azure. Yeah, bird's eye view of data landscape. Okay, intended to help to users such as chief and data officers where the sensitive data resides, yes, of course, and understand the change made by the business terms and how much covered glossary has your data map, as of course. Sensitive data insights to simplify the compliance risk assessment across operational and transactional data sources. Access risk deliver audit from the data and business relevant. So we need to have, AWS, Azure Data Lake Services Generation 2 and Synapse Analytics and SQL Server, Azure Database, and we have the different type of services that we are able to analyze and we have to make with the analytical platform. So sorry, analyze it in that is analytics. We have to observe it that is like a bar graph and a line chart and area graph. So we have to observe that we have to data insights that we are able to use in the bird's eye view of data landscape. That is the data landscape of like Azure area graph and Purview Studio. So once we have to created successfully of Azure account, we have to move for the Purview Studio. That is management studio. That is like governance studio. And yeah, So this is the home button and creating. These all are the options that we are able to observe in the Microsoft the Purview. And the management center, we have the different type of data that we are allow. Some of them allow, some of them not allow. That will be able to see in the Microsoft Purview. And Purview learning resources, we have the different type of. So you just go through the documents dot Microsoft.com and Purview.com. So the Purview account that we are able to see in the Microsoft the Purview in Microsoft Learn, we have to go through it. We have to so if you are enthusiastic with the Microsoft the Purview, we are able to, I mean, you can go through the LinkedIn. Sorry, yeah, in LinkedIn also we have the LinkedIn Learning or so whatever it means, we have different type of e-learning platforms. You need to go through that one. You have to learn as per your standards in Microsoft Learn or whatever it may be. We have the third party sources and everything. We have to. So one more thing, I have recommended that one of the YouTube channel, that is the WAPA Studios server. You can go through that and we have to observe that one. And wait for a second. Yeah, co- competitors. Yeah, we have some competitors for the Azure Purview, that is uh, Alation Data Catalog and Alex, Oracle Enterprise Manager, SAP, and Afrotron Data. I don't know how can we pronounce it. And Calibra Governance, Ignite, and Segmentor. So these all are the competitors for the Purview. And cost, and they will be it will be like so Azure Purview, it will be like somewhat it costing and everything. So the one thing I have to tell to you guys is you need to go through the so Azure account. So you already know that what is Azure and everything. Microsoft Purview. Yes, this is the Purview. Mm, so I don't have an actual account to say that. 1 second. So I'm already say that the symbol of Microsoft the Purview will be like I. So this is like a big boss. I also same like that only. So you need to go through this. I don't know. 1 second. I would like to start with the free trial. So whatever the service you have, I mean, you need to have Azure account. So you need to go through the free trial or as pay as you go. There are the two subscriptions. So you are the student with the reputed column. So you have one more service, that is uh, like how can we say that mm, yeah, so they will give you $100 credit limit to 1 month free trial subscription. After that you can go for the pay as you go, or you can use whatever the service you have. So I don't know how, so I will share you learning part of the Purview. mm, Sorry, okay. So this is the official Microsoft Purview. So you can go through it. You have to learn some by step and everything that we are able to see in the Microsoft Learn. So it may be helpful a lot for you. So learn that Microsoft data training and Purview, and this is helpful. After that, you need to complete some certifications regarding the Microsoft the Purview, and I mean DP2 not is the certification that we have to complete for the data engineers in the about this Azure. And one thing I have to say that so recently we started the C Sharp Corner Chennai chapter. So that will be happen the first week of the August. So I will, I mean, I just attach the WhatsApp group link in the description. Please feel free to join me, and I would like to explain the Purview account demo in the next session. I think hope you can understand little bit. So after a long time, I just uploaded one video about this. So thank you very much for joining the session, and I hope this may be helpful for you. So I would like to explain the demo in the upcoming sessions. And next month 10th, I have to make one LinkedIn live event that will be happen on the fundamentals of the Microsoft Azure and as well as something else. And so I would like to update on the LinkedIn, and also I will give the some guidelines regarding some sessions in the like upcoming sessions and everything. And please feel free to reach out me on the LinkedIn. I would like to give everything in the description of this video. Thank you very much for joining the session. And